Morning. My name is Ruth Usman, and with me in the studio is our in-house barrister Adana. Good morning.
Good morning, Ruth.
We also have Mr. Adamson at Deborah. He is a legal practitioner and the principal partner of Advocare Lawyers. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
All right, so you're welcome once again on Probono Chambers, where we talk about anything and everything legal. Today we will be taking a look into the I don't know how to put this now, but then we'll be talking about some sort of process when it comes to issues that INEC handles. We want to find out what innovations should INEC make to enable more participation in voting. More participation. That's an interesting one. Perhaps we'll get to that while we discuss. Let me just keep that for now. But then, what innovations? Are you saying what we have currently on hand perhaps is not encouraging enough for people to want to participate in voting?
Yes. Every system evolves
Okay.
until you get into perfection. So if you say today that what you have on ground is perfect, then that means you are in the utopia state, which we are yet to reach there. But basically, because of the experience of Nigeria, where we are coming from, apathy for election, people are discouraged, people don't see the effect, the results of their votes. So there is need for innovations to encourage people, to encourage the electorate.
Okay.
Because what we have today is bad. In the population, in the country that has population of about 180 million, that you are having about 25 million or 50 million at best, coming out on election day. That is terrible. This is bad. Now, why is this? And how can this be cured? Now, INEC has started. We cannot condemn INEC. They met a very bad system on ground. So it will take years for us to get to that level of perfection. So if that is why you see from one generation of INEC organization or chairman to another, introducing one system or the other. From card reader in 2015, we have moved up to e-voting in 2013 and 2017 March.
Yeah.
That was introduced, and that's rural voting. These are good innovations.
Yeah.
These are good innovations that will encourage everybody to vote, even at the comfort of your room. You don't need to come out to say, oh, you want to queue under the sun.
Yeah, because for some people, the sun
The sun, the rain.
rain
Sometimes you ask, what is my benefit? What do I gain from this? Why should I come out? Why have nothing at stake, for instance? Because they believe they don't have anything at stake. But in actual fact, every Nigeria has something at stake.
whether or not you vote, right?
Whether or not you vote. If you don't vote, in fact, you leave the governance of the country in the hand of people as a. So whatever you get is what you deserve. Because you have a right to go out there and vote. But because you feel I have nothing to gain, you sit down in your room and some people decide for you. Then you cannot complain. To me, you have consented to whatever you have gotten. Then you don't have a right to complain.
Okay, so we will discuss on these perhaps more innovations.
Yes.
Okay.
Very well.
But then it is known that there has to be a voter's registration for you to be able to vote. You have to register. What is that like? What's the system like?
Okay, voters registration is just a process through which persons who are eligible and qualified are identified. When they are identified, they are registered and in a voters registration list.
What makes you eligible?
The law had provided that for you to be eligible, number one is that you should be a citizen of Nigeria. Secondly, you must be up to the voter's age, that's the adult age to vote, which is 18 and above. But then we have a lot of problems these days and complaints from, a lot of places or states where persons who are underage are even registered. There are penalties for such,
they
for
just
such
don't register, but they
electoral
also vote.
officers who do that and are even voting. So, and then you should belong to a particular local government that is identified and recognized by the Electoral Commission as a polling center or as an electoral center.
Okay.
and then you should have a residence. It should be resided here in Nigeria. However, the innovation of allowing those in diaspora also makes it possible for you who is not residing here in Nigeria to have the ability to also be registered and vote.
Okay, that's done. So what is the importance or the significance of, voters registration?
Okay, so the major significance is to disallow multiple registration and multiple voter centers. That's multiple voting centers. That's one of the significance. Another significance is that it's going to help build the confidence in the electoral body, especially among citizens, and to disallow underage persons in voting. Okay. Do you have
voter register is well, it is very. First of all, you have to understand that it is provided for in the electoral act.
Yes.
The voter register is provided to be able to determine the number of people who are qualified to vote. That's the first one you have to know. That if you don't register, then you cannot vote. So it is when you have fulfilled the condition of registration that you'll be qualified in the first place. So if you are 18, if you like, if you are 50, you are whatever. But if you are not registered, then you are not qualified. So on that day, if you come, you queue, on the election day, you come and say, oh, I want to vote. Once your name cannot be found in the register, then you are automatically disqualified.
And for your name to be in that register, you have to be a citizen, like she explained.
All the process she has explained, fantastic. You have to be 18, resident in Nigeria, no disability. Okay? Now, once all those... No disability as in... all she has said.
Okay.
As of today,
persons with disabilities can actually vote.
You can vote.
Yeah, with the provision of the Constitution.
Legal disability.
Legal disability.
Legal disability.
Because I mean, I know that even people with physical disabilities are encouraged.
Of course, they can vote. Yeah, the Constitution permits them not to be seen or
Okay, so I needed you to really explain that disability.
So it's legal disability he's talking about, really.
Disability okay. That there is nothing that prevents you from voting.
Okay.
Okay, so you are within the purview of the law. Now, once that is done, the registration is just for INEC to determine how many people have registered for this election. Now, and mind you, in calculation of election results, that comes to play again. If, for instance, you have 1,000 people who have registered in a particular unit, and at the end of the election, you now have like 2,000 voters. Where did they come from?
one times one.
So
now
that's where you have all these things. Is to prevent fraud and all manners of malpractices in the election. So in addition to what I just said, that's all. So
during voting or after voting, the number of those who voted should be the same, nothing more. But then we can have less.
It can be less.
It can be less
because it's possible for me to register and I not come out to vote.
Okay.
So it will be a minus. But it should not be above. Once it's above, it means that something has gone wrong somewhere.
Definitely. Okay. Now, how do we go about sensitizing the public on electoral matters? Whose responsibility is that?
I would ask if it's the responsibility of INEC, that's the Independent National Electoral Body, the Commission, or the State Independent Electoral Commission, or is it the parties, the political parties? Is it their duty to sensitize the public on electoral matters, or the electoral management body? Whose duty is it really? Going from all of these people I have caught, they are all stakeholders in the electoral body, and we are also stakeholders. We, the voters, are stakeholders as well as the participants. So I think it is the duty of all of us to sensitize all of us.
That's interesting. All of us, including the electorate. So that's what you're saying. All
exactly.
of us.
We need to sensitize us.
Yes. That is the position. I align with her. Now, first of all, you talk to yourself as a person. It's your civic responsibility to vote, to elect your officers, those who are to govern you.
But I've earlier said. But I need someone to tell me how to go about it. So I need someone to tell me how to go about fulfilling that civic right.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm
thinking that is if you are not aware, you are saying that you are in the dark now. You don't know how it is done.
Yes.
Fine. Then we'll move to INEC. INEC has a responsibility to educate people. Then even these civil society groups, they have that responsibility too to do it. Then the political parties, you are the ones seeking the votes of people. So you should go out there to let them know why they should register and how to register to increase the number of people who will vote for you. So you don't just sleep there and expect manna from heaven that people will just come and vote for you when you have not sensitized them, when you have not educated them on how it is done and why they should vote.
Yeah, that could be one of the reasons perhaps why you would have underage people, going to vote.
Engaging,
because perhaps they don't even
registering
know.
and voting.
Yeah, perhaps they don't even know that they're not up to the age.
The constitution, of course,
that area is a vast area, which I would not agree with you. Now,
that's why I said one of the reasons. Because, so someone may be somewhere and he thinks that, because I know what is just happening, I am big, let me go and register and vote. But the person doesn't know that he has to be up to, a particular age. And that's just what I'm trying to say.
The officer in charge of registration, what is his duty?
He will not inform him. And that's my point. Because if there are people somewhere and they have no idea that while voting or they certain things that they need to do, it will not have to be the responsibility of INEC.
He also bears the penalty for allowing or for registering such underage person.
No, you're not getting me.
No, I get you. You are right. You're on the right track. That's one of the reasons why. Okay, you are underage, but nobody has told you why.
We're talking about who to sensitize people about voting, and that's why I'm saying that. Okay, perhaps one of the reasons for why we may have some people who are underage or not really eligible voting because they don't know, and unfortunately maybe they do not have that awareness. But when they go to at the point of registering now, they will come to that realization, because I'm sure the person in charge may ask them certain questions, and then they will realize. But
they still register them as we witness in Kano.
Well, that is a topic for another conversation. Yes. Okay. Right now we're talking about how to sensitize people. Yeah. So from what you're saying, everybody is a stakeholder, but then primarily, who should be at the forefront? Yes.
I've said INEC, I've said political parties, I've said the civil society groups.
Okay.
Again, I want to add that this civic responsibility should be included in the curriculums of both from primary school, secondary school, even the university, tertiary level, so that everybody will know. Nobody will claim ignorance of it. So if you are taught in primary school that, you have a responsibility of voting, and at what age and what are the requirements. So from that age, you are aware. So you are in secondary school again, you are taught. You are in the tertiary institution, you are aware of it.
It becomes a part
and parcel of the society.
Yeah, truly.
So I feel that is what we should do. So once we do it, education, once it goes to your head at the early age, you develop with it. So with that, So nobody will just come and deceive you. That you are not up to 18, and somebody say, go and register. Because these things are done, they are manipulated. Politicians are doing it. They cover them. So what we are seeing in the society is not as if it's coming from the blues.
The moon.
They are orchestrated.
And since we know we have unscrupulous politicians, that's why I would. So we have some of them that are unscrupulous. You would not give them that responsibility of sensitizing people, because they may
definitely. That's why I said we sensitize us.
Okay.
First, you see, when you have education, that's why I said that once you have education, a background education about something, nobody can come and deceive you.
Truly.
Because you have been taught that this is it. So somebody is coming to say, no, you're underage, but it doesn't matter. There is a penalty for what you are going to do. If you are caught, there is a penalty for that. So you beware. You be careful of what you do. So education is very important about this matter. Very, very important.
So an extra innovation on what INEC should incorporate is what you're saying now about teaching, starting to teach people from primary school, secondary school, and even to tertiary about the matters that involve electoral matters.
Yes.
Now, if this and many others are done, does it mean we'll not have some of the issues like rigging and maybe still the underage situation and all of the things that are peculiar to election periods?
See, we find ourselves in a peculiar society with its peculiarities. This is a society where we believe in shortcuts. We believe in circumvention of the law. Nigeria is a society, it's a country where you have so many laws guiding all activities. But when it comes to implementation, that's where we have problem. People want to manipulate the law to favor them. So it's not as if you don't have all this in on ground. But unfortunately, who guides the guide? That is where the problem lies in our society. So if with all the procedure we are talking about here, despite having all this on ground, from our experience in Nigeria, rigging is still part of our system. You'll be surprised that with card reader, which we think with that, we have got to the...
You can find a cloned PVC.
But you still see all manners of things happening.
Truly.
So even with your e-voting, with your diaspora voting, with education, people will still go out of their way to manipulate. But we are hoping and believing that one day we will get it right. Our politicians will learn their lesson. That there's no point manipulating. Let things work naturally. But today it is not. Let us not deceive ourselves. We have seen all manners of manipulation in the electoral system. It is part. In fact, we have seen it as part of our system that it must be rigged. Again, you see, it is not peculiar alone to Nigeria. Let us be clear. We all heard of what happened in America. That with their sophisticated system, electoral system, now a foreign country could still break into their electoral system to act the result of the election. So how much Nigeria that is evolving? So if you talk about e-voting, for instance, there is possibility of a hacker hacking into the system to manipulate the system against a particular candidate. So with all this on the system, so we are not yet there.
But can we get there?
We are hoping and believing.
Hoping and believing sounds like we're just sitting and watching.
No, because what can you do? What can you do? Are we all thinking alike? The way I'm thinking is not the way you are thinking.
Truly.
Your own is to get there at all cost. But the day we emphasize self from our home mentality, I think that from that day we will get it right. That it is not compulsory. It is not by force, by fire
force.
that I must be elected. If people decide to elect me, so be it. Let the will of people prevail. Until we learn our lesson to know that should be the guiding principle in the society, then it will be difficult for us to get there.
Well, as we're discussing innovations that perhaps should be INEC should include in the process, earlier you mentioned something about being able to vote maybe even in the comfort of your home. Is that something?
Or even register in the comfort of your home.
Yes.
Yeah, register online.
Is that practicable now?
It's practicable. It's practicable.
Registering online?
Registering online is practicable.
By yourself?
So yeah, you see, that is why
you have to go to the center where registration is done.
No, you can put a system. You see, you can develop hardware. Okay. You can develop hardwares.
There are no existing hardwares.
No.
Okay, they're not existing right now.
That's why we're talking about innovation. Innovation is about introducing something that is new. So if that is the case, we are talking about if you develop an hardware that will accommodate this, it is possible
for people to be able to register at home.
Yeah.
We know the NBA, Nigerian Bar Association. We have tried it and it succeeded. We know that we are sophisticated. Okay, we are noble. So to that extent, but it can be transformed into the entire society.
Truly.
We want to learn.
And you're saying now it can be trusted. If that were to be created, it can be trusted.
Yeah, why not?
If I can sit in the comfort of my home, I can. What if I decide to
bring
100%,
my little... No, 100%. You cannot trust it 100%. Okay. You cannot trust anything produced by a man cannot be trusted 100%. So, but what we are saying is at least to some reasonable extent, you can trust it.
Truly. Okay, well, if you're listening and you have other thoughts about this, maybe some other innovations you think INEC should, buy into the electoral matters or process, feel free to share your thoughts with us. However, this is Pro Bono Chambers, where you are free to call in and ask questions based on any legal matter. And the answers will be provided to you by the lawyers we have in the studio this morning. So call the number 081 8999 Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Morning.
Good morning once again.
Morning to you. Welcome.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, they can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to ask, is there no way that the Senate, the government can come out with a law that before you go into any elective position or before you come into contest for any election, if you are handling any position, you have to resign and leave that position before you can come out the election. I think if they begin to think things like this, it is when we begin to see where politics play. If you are the president, you want to go for election, you resign 6 months before the election. If you are the senator, you want to go for election, you resign 6 months to the election. You come out so that the people, you now show the people what you have done in the period that they put you in, what you've done. I think these things will help.
Okay.
Not all this one they are saying little children putting on children. There will still be manipulation in election once somebody in government is contesting for this, and there is no how somebody is saying that the sitting governor will want to contest the election and the INEC commissioner that will be coming to that state will not work in favor of that governor. Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Is that an innovation?
No.
Innovation, but
It's reasonable. It's reasonable. Thank you for that suggestion. But you see, that is the principle of setting aside or stepping aside.
Okay.
You know, you are you're supposed to be an umpire. Okay, but once you have indicated an interest, then it is better for you to step aside and allow a neutral body do the whole election thing, so that whatever result we get, but you see, the fact that we have seen city governor, city president being defeated in this country shows that it does not matter. Once people are determined to change you, they can change you. Irrespective of your manipulative power, you can be changed.
Okay.
We have seen it. I remember it happened in Ekiti State. It happened in Nigeria in 2015. When the city president was ousted through the ballot papers. In Ekiti, it happened. Fauci took over from Fayemi as a city governor.
Okay. All right. Let's hear more innovations and or questions based on the conversation. And remember, since it's pro bono, you get to ask any other questions. So it's not entirely tied to this topic. However, if you have got more on this issue as well, feel free to call in and ask your questions. Hello?
Hello?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Hello? Hey, I can hear you now.
Good morning. Welcome. What's your name?
I'm Davo Lenge from Jos.
Okay. Please go ahead.
I want to contribute on working police stations. Our problem that we are facing in a police station, the reason why most of the people, they doesn't want to vote because of the delirium. Why? Because you will see, as I am having my voter's card now, I am together with it to the voters police station. Then they will tell me that I should go and look for my number in that they have already placed it up, that I should go and look it up. After I look it, then they will come and check inside their register again. After that, before they allow me to vote. And you see, most of the people now, they have a lot of things to do. Some people are feeling hungry. Some people are staying inside the sun. Some people are staying inside the rain. And you are telling them that they should go and do all those things. What is the importance of the PPV that I'm having? It's supposed for me to just go straight and vote and vote and go. But these are the things that is making most of the people to disappear from the police station.
Okay.
And I don't know whether they will do something about it, because we, most of us in the villages, we are suffering this one a lot. And even though we have about maybe 5,000 in a police station, you will see maybe at least 2,000, because most of the people have disappeared because of this this their Canadians that they are bringing for us.
Okay. Well, thank you for.
That is what I want to.
Okay, thank you for bringing that to light. So it's kind of tedious, and as far as it's concerned, that is also something that could reduce the number of people going to vote.
Yes.
Well, I think the essence of that is just to confirm the authenticity. You see, when you are carrying a card, they need to compare it with the name on the register voters register. So now, the INEC needs to do something about it. I agree with him, because this can discourage somebody. You are inside someone like we earlier observed, or under rain, and they are asking you to go and check your name whether it is on that list. So this can be done. What I suggest is this can be done through electronic system. That maybe when you bring your voter's card, your PVC for instance, they slot it into the machine will confirm it straight away, and you go vote. Rather than doing it manually, to go and check, register, then come back, check this one before you allow you to vote. So once it can be done electronically, then you can just go ahead from there and vote and go away. Then it will reduce time. It will encourage people to come and vote.
In addition to that, I think the smart card reader can be used to dictate a cloned PVC, or a PVC that belongs to someone who had registered, because it's connected to the system, and then information on the PVC will be transmitted to the system once it scans it. So I don't know the nature of the PVC, but the smart card reader, the PVC should be made in such a way that the smart card readers could detect the contents of the PVC to enable the fast tracking or the facilitating of this voting system.
Okay. All right then. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. What's your name?
Mohammed Abdullahi.
Okay, we're listening.
Yeah, pertaining these voters or no voting. If you go to where to collect that voter's card, it's a big problem. If you go there now, some of the officials, they are demanding 1,000 naira from you before they register you. And how can a person get voted?
Wow.
And
okay.
What I'm saying, if you can go there now, you will see how people are lining up, and they are demanding 1,000 naira from people before they register you.
That's a serious one.
This is very strange. It's strange, but it is possible. And
if you go there right now, I'm talking to you. You see,
we are
where
precisely
exactly are you talking about?
Gariki.
In the Federal Capital Territory.
Yes.
That is bad. It is bad.
They are demanding 1,000 naira.
It is.
Last Monday, I went to this national identity card for Lupe here. The form, they will tell us that there is no form. Come after 2 weeks or 1 week. And if you go that 1 week, it's the same thing until you buy that form from them, 40 naira. I don't know where we are going in this country. I don't know where we are facing now. Everything government property, they have turned it to their own personal affairs, making money for themselves. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if the government can do something about it, or any other agent that can do something about it. I think they should help us do that.
Okay, thank you very much for your call.
Thank you.
That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean,
very unfortunate, and because it's free,
some of the staff,
it is free.
yeah, will go into this. It will definitely discourage.
Yeah, discourage people. A lot of people. It is free, and somebody who has taken his time to come out now to register, and you are demanding for 1,000 naira before that person could register. That is too bad. It's even again damaging the image of this nation further, and it should be discouraged. Whoever is doing that there should stop it. It is very wrong.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Welcome. What's your name?
I'm Joseph calling from Prince and Princess.
Okay, Joseph, we're listening.
Yeah. Am I on to Probono Chambers?
Yes, it is Pro Bono Chambers.
Yeah. Some of the challenges we're facing on this voters registration card and the rest of them. Somebody like myself, when this registration and everything came up, I left Abuja, my state, my own local government, my constituency straight, even with my neighbor and his wife. I drove home, went and did the registration. When it was time for me to go and pick the card, the whole of that you did the voting center, nobody got his own card. They
Why?
brought other cards from another place. All the cards there were not that for people that registered there, which means that was the same way they took her on to another place. So, and up to today as I'm talking to you, I intended to vote, but because there was no voter card, I don't even know where to go to, what to do, where to go and get it.
Wow.
Up to today, those people voters cards are dumped in our own unit. And you don't know where you
And those
want.
people too would not know that it is there for them to go and
That
vote.
is it. And I'm saying this from, I believe, although it's my own opinion, the INEC officials were aware of this. It's just ways, some ways of rigging the election. And that was the reason why during the election, so many people were asking questions up to today. Because they said you must have a card and you must be accredited before you are eligible to vote. So since you don't have your card, you can't vote. The whole of that unit, nobody vote. And which I believe other places had the same problem. So your vote can't be counted. You did not vote. You intend to. You register. Somebody like myself, I took my time, fuel my car, drove to my home village, register. So I know how I express myself. But up to today, I don't have the car. So in such situation, what do we do?
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling. So what do they do? in
No,
a
no. Now
situation
that
like
now that
this?
you have discovered early, I think it's very good. You still have to go back, lodge official complaint to INEC office in your local government,
Oh, local government, yeah.
and I am assuring you that at the end of the day, they will get it resolved.
But if
It
they
it
are
it,
aware of
it happens.
like
No,
you
it
said.
happens. It's not new. It's human error.
Oh, okay, like it can be an honest mistake.
It can
That's what
be.
you're saying. Okay.
It can be. But you let them know so that they can correct it. Now, you are just living in a speculative state. But let us know first that you have complained. Let the complaint be there. Then if they don't act, then
We'll know that it was intentional.
something was wrong somewhere. But the first thing to do is lodge a complaint. It, like I said, it happens. It's as a result of human error.
And one of the proposed innovations, I just remembered, is for people to be able to collect their PVCs wherever they are located, outside where they registered, because that's still a problem. You heard him, he said he had to go down to his state to register, and then he had to also go back there to get the PVC, yes. So why not you register, and then your information can reflect on any system wherever you are.
And they send it
Residents.
to where is nearest to you.
Yeah, for you to pick up your card. Why must you go back to where you registered to pick up your card? Because it's one of the challenges a lot of Nigerians are facing that had discouraged them from voting. So I think
Okay.
it's a good innovation.
Hello.
Hello.
Morning.
This is the Anomodo from Madala Area Council.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah. The last complaint that man gave, he said a whole people that registered in that center, that nobody got his card.
Yeah.
If you look at the volume of the error, it should not be left to the person. Let them trace the officers that work in that registration center and get the person to go and get this, because it cannot be a mistake. I think it is intentional. Let them get the whole card for the people and announce for people to come and collect their card.
Okay.
That's where I'm residing. They are strict. They are delaying people for not. So people will spend 3 days, 4 days. They not get this card. If it is possible, let them go. People to go to where they registered. This PVC.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right. 08189991011. That's the number to call. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Morning.
Morning. My name is Zaharuddin Adam. I'm calling from Suleja.
Okay, you're welcome to Probono Chambers. Go ahead.
All right. In the case of the election ringing, what I would like to say is, you see, from my perspective, I would like to say President Goodluck is the best president we'll ever have in Nigeria. Because
you need to stay away from your radio, please.
If not, you look the case of if he, by any chance, ring the voting of 20, violence is political violence. So,
okay, your connection is poor. Can you hear me? Hello? So sorry about that, Zaradine. If I got your name correctly, please, maybe you should call back, but we could not, get you very clearly. So please try and call back. We have a few more minutes to do this. 08189991011. We have been focusing on what other innovations INEC should make to enable more participation in voting. If you have any suggestions, you can share with us. If you have questions, you can ask on Probono Chambers. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to the program. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Mike Jody.
Okay. Please go ahead.
Yeah. All right. I have an issue with INEC. Sorry. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I actually registered for the voters card in 2010. And since that time till now, I've not been able to collect the original voters ID, and I displayed the temporary one they gave to me. Sorry, in this regard, what should I do?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you should do is you have to go to the police and report where you're going to be given a police report for the misplacement that had happened. When you get it, you go to the courts and swear an affidavit that you were given a temporary voter's card which you had misplaced.
Okay.
After which you would take it to the INEC office located where you are resident to let them see the police reports and the affidavits. Then I think they will take it up from there.
Actually, I did the registration in Edo State, and as we speak, I stay in Abuja.
Okay, so you have to go to Edo State.
Should I do the police stuff in Edo State, in Genesis to be precise?
You can do it anywhere. You can actually do it anywhere, but it depends on where you lost the temporary ID. Where did you lose it?
Okay.
Where did you lose the temporary ID?
Okay.
Hello, do you know, were you here when it got missing, or you were still in Benin City that it went missing? Or you don't even know how it happened?
I don't even know how it happened.
Since he's resident in Abuja.
Yeah, so just do it here in Abuja.
Okay.
Do it in Abuja, then you go and swear an affidavit to that effect.
Okay. Okay, I should do all the stuff. I will go to police.
To the police here in Abuja.
Here in Abuja FCT, you can do it. Then take it to where you registered.
Okay. Sorry, if I should go to Benin, I should go to local government. I should go to local government headquarters, or I should go to INEC headquarters in the district to get the complaint.
You should go to your local government where you registered. I'm sure that is where you can start with.
And if there is a, if there
Because
is a
it's
further
not a
directive,
major issue.
yeah, if there is a further directive,
They can send you to the headquarters or the state's INEC office.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for calling. Okay, we are about 10 minutes away from 11. Well, let's see. Quickly, final call. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, it's Joseph calling back, please.
Okay, Joseph.
Yeah, I asked what to do, and based on your the lawyers in the house there, they said I am supposed to lodge a complaint. That's the person that said he registered and the cards were swapped that he doesn't know.
Okay, from Jos, yeah?
From Kaduna.
Oh, okay.
We wrote a complaint collectively from the district, the village district. We wrote it a kind of collectively. So it's not a personal thing. We wrote it over 2 years now. No response. You understand?
Okay.
So I don't really know if I can go on my own, as in a personal complaint on my own.
Where did you take the complaint to?
To the local government INEC office.
Okay,
So
I think you should do a follow-up.
They said they forward it to the state. So we had to hear from them. We kept going to the local government. There was no any reasonable information.
Okay, I will advise further that since you have not got result from the local government,
yes,
proceed to the state. You still have a copy of your letter?
Yes.
Please take it to the state and lodge that complaint there further.
Okay.
Don't give up on it.
With your acknowledgement.
Yes, with the acknowledgement, yes. Please don't give up on it.
It's okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. That should be it on the calls we are picking in this moment on the program. Any further information we want to share with the public? When the lawyers begin to look at each other and say, no, there's nothing more, I will just park myself and go.
No, you cannot really exhaust it.
Yes.
You cannot exhaust any discussion. But what we are saying is, the electorate should know that it is their civic responsibility to elect people who will govern them. Now, when you refuse to do it, then you cannot complain. Whatever government you get is what you deserve. So at that point, you just keep quiet. Wait for another 4 years.
Painfully.
Endure your suffering. That's just it. Endure your suffering. When you have the opportunity of changing the government, you go to bed to sleep. You allow other people to do it for you.
Definitely.
Then what are you complaining about? So it is our plea to the public that please go there. Now the registration is still ongoing. Go and register and collect your PVC so that come to 2019 you can participate in the election of the people to govern the nation. No, appealing enough. If you go to churches today, go to mosques, they sensitize people. They announce to people that to go and register. This is a very good one. That's why I said we are marching forward. We are moving on, and we'll get there one day.
Okay.
And then in addition to what he has said, one of our callers said that one of the registration units collects money before they get registered. That's quite fraudulent. So I would like to advise those people there who had gone and been frustrated this way to go to INEC office. It's here in Abuja, the headquarters, and make a complaint concerning that happening. Because I'm sure there are disciplinary bodies or units or a committee that have been set to make sure that such incidents don't occur. It's quite frustrating. So they should go and make these reports and ensure that these persons are penalized for doing what they are doing. Because I don't think INEC would give that order to collect money from innocent citizens to register them for voting. Yeah.
So it means when you come for voting, that one you have to pay double,
You're
perhaps. All right then. Okay, well, that's the much we have on Pro Bono Chambers this morning. It's also been an interesting conversation. I've been speaking with Mr. Adamson Adeboro, a legal practitioner, alongside our in-house barrister, Adana Anukim. So thank you for being here in the studio, and many thanks to the callers as well. This is where I say goodbye, and I'll be back tomorrow, God willing. In the meantime, remain here with us on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM.
Join our diverse team of legal experts as we provide education and guidance to you, our listeners, on a broad array of issues raised by the modern legal landscape, absolutely free on Pro Bono Chambers, airing on Human Rights Radio 101.1 FM, redefining broadcasting.
Human Rights Radio.
Wait!